Hello, YouTube, and welcome to Story Time. So this is going to be my inaugural Story Time slash podcast that I have here. I don't know, podcast, can it just be one person? Well, we'll just call it Story Time. I'm just kind of doing this off the cuff. This is something that really did happen to me, and we're just going to kind of dive right into it, but I do want to give a little bit of context as to what's going on. So there's a series of YouTube videos that are out where it's pretty much like Ask Reddit, and they bring up interesting questions, and the redditors get on there and they give their answers as to what. So, like, for example, what's the most paranormal thing that may have happened to you? What's the have you ever seen? What was the worst employee meltdown you ever seen? And this one is going to be reflecting on Walmart. I think the question was, what's the weirdest thing that's ever happened to you at a Walmart? And I'm thinking, well, gee, I could just put this in the comment section, but I kind of feel that the story's a little too good just to make it a comment that'll just be flooded by the sea of other in the sea of all the other comments. So I decided to make a video, little podcast, whatever you want to call it, as to my personal weirdest experience at Walmart. So a lot of the redditors, they were saying, oh, it was a lot of like diarrhea, a lot of people shitting on the floor and shitting in the fucking dressing room. Some guy, I guess, like, just his kid was looking at video games, and the kid said he needed to go to the bathroom. His dad said, hold on, or hold it, or whatever. He shit through his shorts. A lot of shit stories. So my story is plenty different. It has nothing to do with feces at all. But I was shitting some bricks, though, at that point, in a manner of speaking. Of course, not literally. So here it pretty much goes. I was going to the movies with two of my other friends, Bill and Sean. Okay, now these guys, Bill was driving, and Sean, he's just tagging along for the ride. I guess he must have really wanted to see this movie, which I will tell you what it is, but at the end of the story. I was about maybe 19 at that point, so we're going back a bit. I'm 35 now, so this was back in 2003. And so we're going to the movies. Bill, he's the guy with the car. Sean wants to see this movie. So do I. Yes, it's a movie from 2003. I'm not going to say what it was. Or did I already? I don't even remember. But, okay, so Sean and Bill, they didn't even get along. But I guess, whatever. They put their differences aside. So, we can go on this little adventure together. Now, in my neighborhood, I'm from Chicago. And in my neighborhood, well, my old neighborhood, it was pretty rough. It was not a nice place. So if you wanted to go somewhere without getting harassed, whether that be like the mall or a theater or something to that effect, you needed to kind of drive out a bit and get into the suburbs because you're away from gangbangers and all that crap. Gangbangers are here, like gangsters, whatever the hell you want to call them. And so that's what we had to do. So we went out to a little area called Willow Springs. Okay, this is actually where my brother, I think, was staying at the time in a apartment complex. So I was like, oh yeah, let's just go out to Willow Springs. It's nice out there. And it's like, yeah, it's not too far either. All right, cool, let's do it. So it's about maybe I don't know, 20-30 minute drive from where we are. And we get out there, and lo and behold, the movie is going. We're early. We're early, so we're like, okay, let's just go to that Walmart right, down the road. We'll just go to that Walmart, kill some time there, look at the games and whatever the hell else they got. All right, cool. Everybody pretty much agrees on the whole deal. So we go into this Walmart, the three of us, and we don't have any money at this point. I mean, like, all we got is literally just enough for like gas and the movie ticket and maybe something to drink. When you're at the age of 18, 19, 20, you don't have money. You really don't. So we go in there with no intention of buying anything at this Walmart. So, we're walking around. We probably had maybe like 30, 40, 50 minutes to kill, something like that. It was still going to be a while. We didn't want to just stand around in the theater. So, we're walking around just, doing all the obvious shit that's, just window shopping pretty much. So, I remember that after we looked at the video games, then I think Bill wanted to look at some of the BB guns or some shit. And before we knew it, it was pretty much time to leave. So, for whatever fucking strange reason, okay, this guy Sean just decides to start walking ahead of us super fast. Now I don't know if he thought like, oh, we're gonna miss the miss the movie or whatever, but he just kind of bulleted in front of us and just kept going. Now I know just three, younger kids in the store, not really, well, the kids, but teenagers, 18, 19, 20 years old, whatever, three young adults in the store with no money, not buying anything, definitely already looked suspicious to begin with. But this fucking guy decided that he was going to make it even worse by just walking really fast towards the exit of this fucking store. Okay, so whatever. At the time, Bill and I didn't think anything of it. It was just like, what the fuck is he doing? Why is he doing that? Well, whatever. So he gets out of store. He was waiting for us out in front. So that pretty much negates the whole reason, his whole reasoning there, because Bill was the driver anyways. We get out and we start walking towards the car, and we notice that Bill has a flat. His his rear right tire has a flat. Now, when we parked, we didn't hear anything, no, nothing like that, and we're just like, what the hell? That's fucking weird, right? So, as we approach the car, I shit you not, just like this group of 4 or 5 undercover police officers come out. They got their weapons drawn on us. They're telling us, don't fucking move. I'm not moving. This is the part where I'm pretty much shitting bricks. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And then before I can even really think of anything, there's this fucking guy that comes out. He's smoking a cigarette. He looks like he's stressed beyond belief. He's a white guy, not all that tall. And he just looks at us and he says, look, man, I just want my fucking merchandise. I just want my fucking merchandise, man. All right, give me my fucking merchandise. Is all that this fucking guy is saying. And we're just looking at each other like, what the full fucking, we don't have any of your shit. Okay, now, here's the dilly, yo, when it comes to this whole thing. I had complete and absolute faith that neither one of my friends stole. Because I really just truly didn't think that they would be dumb enough to steal from a fucking Walmart, especially when all the good shit is already behind glass cases to begin with. Like, what the fuck are you gonna steal? Some fucking clothes? Some shitty shoes? Some granola bars? I don't know. So, I'm like, well, I know I didn't steal, and I know that these guys didn't steal, so I'm just kind of speaking for all of us here. I'm just like, we didn't take anything. We don't have... what is it that you're missing? What is it that you want from us? And he's like, just give me my merchandise. You know what I'm talking about. Give me my merchandise. Fucking cops still, have their guns trained on us, but slowly lowering them, taking out their cuffs. Then the other fucking guy's like, no, don't cuff them. He's like, okay, don't cuff them. Just search them. All right, cool. We're not getting cuffs, so that means that we're not under arrest. So they're going to search us. Just search our bodies. This is where I really started to shit bricks. It's not because I stole anything, because I didn't. It's because at this point in time in my life, I decided to be a, I don't want to say a drug dealer, but yeah, I guess you can say that. All I had on me was maybe half an ounce of some weed. Why the fuck I had that much weed on me, I don't even know. Because I'm a fucking idiot. I'm only like 19 at this point in time. And I have it in this army jacket. It's an authentic army jacket that I had. It was given to me by a friend. So, don't fucking come after me saying stolen valor and all this shit. I just wore them because, I was kind of like punkish and roguish and this and that. I liked it. Alright? So I'm not trying to steal any valor here. I wear a fucking army jacket. And for those that are familiar with these types of army jackets, okay, because I don't know if they probably changed them, because I know it had like the old set of camo on it. Well, this army jacket had a pocket in the, I want to say the upper left breast pocket, and there's a pocket, but then there's kind of like a small pocket, kind of like how your pants have that fifth pocket, and I think that was maybe for putting a pocket watch or whatever. I think that's what used to go in there. Well, this jacket in the upper left or right breast had one of those types of pockets, but it went down far. It was about as long as the length. Like you could probably fit a fucking cigar in there, and that's it. But like if you got big fucking sausage fingers or whatever, I mean, like I had smaller fingers, and even I had a hard time getting this shit out. But that's right. That's where I had this half ounce. I had it all squished down, nice, packed, and tight. So when they're searching me, the cop feels it, and he's trying to get his big ass fingers in there. Like he knows like it's a bag and it's probably weed. I mean, like if this guy even you can see me, I definitely didn't look like I was there to cause any trouble or anything. Like I'm skinny white boy, fucking uh, I don't know, maybe not so much dorky looking, but I don't even look like I weigh 80 pounds at this point in time in my life. I'm a very fucking small guy. So he's kind of just digging around trying to get his hands in there and get this fucking thing. And then he just decides the best thing in the world and just decides, fuck this, I give up. I'm not even going to try and get it. He didn't tell anybody about it or anything. He just gave up, and then he patted my chest like that, throwing in sound effects for story time. He pads my chest like that, and it's just like, fucking don't worry about it. I think this guy, he started to realize that these guys are not the guys that are taking whatever merchandise you might be missing. So this is what they decided to do. They didn't, by the way, they didn't find anything on Bill or Sean either. So this is what they decided to do. So like, all right, well, we didn't find anything on you, but you might have stashed it away or some shit. I forget. I don't know. They were really fucking like. There was one. There's always that asshole cop that's just talking down and being a total prick about stuff, and he's like, no, get in the fucking car. We're gonna see where you put this shit. So, and by get in the car, I mean he might get in our car, get in Bill's car. So, all three of us get in, and of course they got they're watching us, and it's not like we could go anywhere anyways because fucking obviously they slashed a fucking tire, so they knew that they'd be able to easily apprehend us if we tried to do a getaway or some dumb shit like that. So pretty much when we got in the car, Bill must have had the least faith in us because he's just like, all right, I want to know right now, did any of you steal anything? And I was actually fucking like shocked that this guy would even ask something like that because I never had a reputation for that. Sean, he did steal stuff from time to time, but he only did it like at work, and well, that's another story. But I knew that he wouldn't have been dumb enough to take anything from a fucking Walmart, and which he wasn't. But yeah, so he starts exploding on us like, hey, I need to know what the hell's going on, who stole what or what, why are they after us? And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. They searched us. Obviously, we don't have anything. We didn't stash anything. We all knew where each other was. So nobody fucking took anything. You need to fucking relax. This guy's fucking just like going off and shit. And I'm over here still like trying to recover from almost fucking this cop finding half an ounce of fucking weed. I thought I was going to fucking jail or something, man. I was scared out of my goddamn mind. So, I think that might have been their tactic, was to have us kind of fucking turn on each other possibly until somebody said something, but it never happened. We're here waiting again for like maybe 15 fucking minutes. And and by the way, the movie, we actually did make the movie. We just missed some previews, so it wasn't like a big deal. But I guess spoiler alert, like yeah, they didn't have anything on us. So the fucking guy comes back, the asshole prick cop comes back, and he says, "Well, it appears that you guys are free to go. You're the victims of I forget, like he worded it weird, but yeah, we were the victims of whatever bullshit, like false accusations or however the hell he named this lame bullshit. I couldn't tell you, but yeah, that's pretty much what he said. And it's like, oh, okay, gee, thanks. I mean, don't get me wrong, I was happy for the one cop not fucking taking my bag of fucking weed and exposing it or whatever. He didn't want to deal with that shit. He knew what it was. And And gee, thanks for that, but here we are now. We're in this fucking car that's got a slashed tire, so what do we do? Well, luckily enough, Bill did have a spare, or a donut or some shit, I forget. And, uh, and so there was that, but I mean, like, still, they fucked his tire up, so something still needed to be done about that eventually. I don't know what the fuck he did, nor do I even care. All I know is that um, yeah, he looked like an asshole because he started coming at us saying like and asking if we stole anything, if we were if we were up to no good or what have you. So he definitely did have like the asshole award for the night. We did make it to our movie, and this was the movie that we were going to see was clearly not worth it at all. It was a fucking terrible movie. At the time, I probably ended up liking it, but man, it was just such a shitty movie now. A very slow pace. It's 2003 Ang Lee's version of The Hulk. I think it's just called Hulk, actually, from 2003. The movie fucking sucks. Again, that's for another time, which will never happen. All I remember is like there's mutant dogs that he fights, and it's really dark and it's really fucking stupid, and the movie drags and is slow as shit, and it's just boring. So there you go. There's my fucking Walmart horror story. Yes, I went to a Walmart. I mean, just sum it up. Went to a Walmart, was falsely accused of something, had guns trained on me, almost got busted for having a half ounce of marijuana on me, and then my friend's tire got slashed. And then the worst part of it all, then I had to fucking spend 2.5 hours in the theater watching a really boring movie. There you go. The end. Thank you for joining me on Story Time. Bye bye.